And Godzilla vs. Mighty Morphin Power Rangers issue number 2 is written by Cullen Bunn with art by Freddie Williams II, colors by Andrew Dahlhaus, and letters by Joanna Natalie. And this issue begins with Godzilla and the Megazord locked into battle, with the Rangers throwing hard punches. Meanwhile, Tommy, the Green Ranger, prepares to get up and help when he's captured by Goldar. The Megazord at this time summons the Power Sword as they attempt to finish the fight, but Godzilla unleashes his atomic breath at the same time the Rangers strike, causing a double knockout. Meanwhile, on the Xilien ship, Goldar brings Tommy aboard while Rita tells the Xiliens that now is the time to attack while both of their enemies are down. They of course comply, now attacking both the Rangers and Godzilla with their ships, which Godzilla manages to get up, though injured, and retreats into the water. The Rangers also separate their Megazord and send the Zords off for repair, as they then demorph and notice trapped civilians. After rescuing them, they come to discover that Godzilla is neither hero nor villain, but more of a deterrent for alien invaders. It's then that they come across a crashed Xilien ship and climb aboard in hopes to use it to get to the mothership so that they can rescue Tommy. They manage to get the ship up and running, and now docking with the mothership, power up as they get to the main room where the Rangers fight the Xiliens and Goldar. It's in this moment that the Xilien leader decides to unleash the monster Gigan on the amusement park, of which the Rangers remember is being used as a bunker for civilians currently. With no other choice, they leave the ship, once again summoning their Zords to meet Gigan in battle. Of course, the monster is stronger than they expected and form the Megazord. Though a tough battle, the Rangers are holding their own until Rita sends down two monsters of her own, Rhino Blaster and Eye Guy, who knock the Megazord down and prepare to finish the Rangers. I just want you to know that I love you with all of my soul, all of my being. You're amazing. King of the monsters. That's right, we got Godzilla vs. Mighty Morphin Power Rangers issue number 2, and I thoroughly enjoyed the first issue, and if you haven't seen that video and you want my thoughts on it, definitely check it out right up here. And what's great is this issue is more of the same. Only this time we start off with an awesome fight between the Megazord and Godzilla. And unlike the Dragonzord versus Godzilla fight where Godzilla basically bodied the Dragonzord into oblivion, it's really cool to see that with the Megazord they decided to take the approach that since it is a combination of various swords together, that he does stand more of a chance. And so it was really cool just seeing the Megazord, brawl it out with Godzilla, and then of course, Godzilla uses his atomic breath at the same time that the Megazord swipes with the Power Sword, and they essentially knock each other out. Which then, after the Xiliens attack, this causes Godzilla, while he's injured, to crawl back into the water, where we actually get to focus on the Rangers more so this issue. And I think this was a good idea, getting the Rangers out there in the public and talking to the civilians and coming to understand that Godzilla isn't actually a monster of Rita, and, even though he's not, technically a hero, he's not really a villain either. And in a way, actually keeps the world going, because as the guy in the comic said that, the aliens come down from time to time, and they're always trying to take over the world, but, Godzilla kind of just kicks them back. He stomps the crap out of our city while he does it, but at least he saves us from the aliens. I guess it's sort of, I'll take the devil that I know sort of deal going on here, where the humans are like, yeah, Godzilla kinda sucks, but, we put up with it. Which also does kind of make me think about, those Power Ranger episodes where the Megazord and the monster do battle and kind of destroy Angel Grove in the process, and people are just kind of like, it's Tuesday. Definitely the same energy going on. And hey, we also have Rita, and it seems like, she's basically, taking control of the Xiliens themselves, just kind of barking orders saying, this is what you should do, this is what you should do, and and then they seem to comply. I'm sure there'll probably be a bit of a power struggle between, the Xilien leader and herself, towards the end, but for now, she kind of seems to be the one in charge overall. And I do admit, I like seeing this side of Rita. The Boom Comics have definitely helped sort of, raise her in terms of her threat level, because as much as we love the original Power Rangers, we gotta be honest, she was rather goofy and kind of incompetent. I mean, in the TV show, she gets the Rangers down, she'd just be like, well, time's up. We'll see you next week for another 30-minute episode. But here, she's like, no, your enemy's down, my enemies are down. Let's just go ahead and just start attacking. Let's just try to finish them. Which, of course, Godzilla leaves and the Megazord departs as well. I mean, not sure why they Xilien stopped shooting in the vicinity that the Rangers were in. Probably best just to kind of, pow, 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 but, they stop and it's like, okay, let's move on. And also, I gotta say, there's definitely, something with Rita, just like coming up with these plans of, you know what, I'm gonna try to do this, and this, and on the process, I might as well try to make the Green Ranger my slave again. Because why wouldn't she? It's always great to have your own Ranger on the team. And then we get it. We get our next monster appearance, which is freaking Gigan. And that's great. I like Gigan, he's just really cool looking monster. Get the claws going, get the buzzsaw belly. I dig it. I'm here for it. But of course, Rita then decides to throw her own monsters in the mix, and we once again get Rhino Blaster and Eye Guy, some good old classic Mighty Morphin faves. Now, of course, I will admit that, as a story, there's definitely not much to it, and it's definitely, spectacle over narrative. But in that, it does remind me a lot of, the structure sort of what you would get in a typical Power Rangers episode. Because you go back and you watch the original series, particularly that first season, there's really not much in the way of story. You have these little scenes here and there that are really there to, drive the plot forward enough until we get to that next big fight. Because whereas the first issue had, some really good fighting going on between the Dragon Zord and Godzilla, here they definitely up the ante on the fights. Cullen Bunn and his team said, we know what you came here for, don't worry, we're gonna give it to you. And they definitely delivered. Now when it comes to the artwork, for this particular story, I definitely like it. It's very stylized in a way, and almost kind of, I don't know if this is the right explanation, but to me, almost kind of looks like a dream, sort of. The colors are very vibrant, and the characters, it's got this sort of almost liquidy look to it. If I had to claim a favorite panel, I would say it is the one where Godzilla unleashes his atomic breath at the same time he gets stabbed with the power sword. And much like the first issue, the only real criticism that I can give the book are some of the lettering choices, as some of the sound effects are, again, just they got this this bevel going on, and then there's texture within the lettering and whatnot that just makes it pop off the page a little too much, rather than blending with the page, and just sort of, again, the best way I can describe it is it almost looks like stock lettering. But I will say, I don't think it's gonna bother the majority of people. It's the graphic designer in me coming out when I see stuff like that. But at the very end of the day, this book was still everything I wanted out of it and more. It's a fun story, great action sequences, well done art. If you're a Power Rangers fan or a Godzilla fan, this is definitely a book you should check out. And with that, I'm going to score Godzilla vs. Mighty Morphin Power Rangers issue number 2 an 8.5 out of 10. So Godzilla vs. Mighty Morphin Power Rangers issue number 2. What did you think about this book if you've read that? Love to hear your thoughts. Please leave your comments in the comment section below. And if you like this video, I'd love it if you'd smash that like button, share it with some friends, subscribe if you're not subscribed already, and ring that notification bell for more comic book content. And if you're wondering what to watch next, consider one of these 2 videos. Alright, take care, have a great day, and as always, stay geeky.